It's time to get a little crazy here tonight on JCTV as we welcome you to the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32 at Talladega Superspeedway, a special event here on a Thursday night. I hope you're as excited as we are for this race. 50 laps at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll have a mixed match of drivers from all over the place that we've seen on JCTV programming, some that we haven't seen on JCTV, as they get ready to battle for $100 at the conclusion of this race. Dawson Allen in the booth joining me tonight, Mr. Josh Coppernoll. Josh, normally you're kind of out on the racetrack, but tonight you're going to be joining me in the booth.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this, Dawson. You know, it does sound like a fun event to race in, especially you mentioned $100 to win. Trust me, my pocket and I would love that money. But you know, tonight I'll tell you, it's all about just the show, putting this on for the great fans, great drivers, and I'm excited to be up here and call what I think is going to be a really good race tonight here at Talladega.
Yeah, it should definitely be fun, and really excited to see how this plays out here tonight. Talladega racing is always very chaotic, very crazy. So we're ready to go for tonight's running. Like I mentioned, 50 laps for these drivers to navigate tonight. Practice is about to wrap up, and qualifying is about to go underway. Now, different, of course, practice that we normally see. We're used to seeing that being we're used to seeing our qualifying, as single cars. But tonight's session, special deal. We are going to see drivers go on and do it in an open qualifying session. So right now, we're kind of just looking as the time is about to expire. 20 seconds ago, Tristan Maher currently is the fastest truck on track. He'll show up as number 12. He's number 69 truck, obviously. Michael Kruger is currently second fastest in the 14. There's Aston Rice, third fastest in that number 65. Then it's Bennett Allen showing up at the 32. And then Joshua Arnold in the 22 is your fifth fastest driver as practice expires now. That'll get us ready for qualifying here. It looks like we have a really healthy field. It's like 33 drivers here tonight ready to go racing. So that'll do it for practice. You can see Maher, Kruger, Rice, the top three. As we get ready for qualifying, you'll see my name on the side as well with the 79. I'm not racing, obviously, because, I'm not racing. So I'll be here in the booth with you guys. We'll be going over this race and seeing how things play out. So you can see here the 74 Cameron Shirey, the first truck's out onto the track to get ready to qualify. Now, of course, group qualifying a lot different than a regular single car qualifying. Josh, usually you're the one that's out there racing, so why don't you explain this, how it's going to be different, and what's going to be the difference for the drivers?
Well, I think the biggest difference, Dawson, is that when you're qualifying, if you get an incident point, even just like a 0x, if that pops up, it invalidates your lap time. When you actually bump draft a lot of times, it gives you that little message, and that'll invalidate these guys' lap times. Now, they've got 10 minutes, but, you really want to get your lap time down, especially go right in this big pack early, because you're not guaranteed to get in another big pack. Now, right here, I'm watching Andrew Elias. He's up the racetrack. I'm a little bit surprised to see that on the opening lap in group qualifying. I would think, personally, everybody might be down around the bottom.
See a big group of trucks heading towards start finish line here. Led by the 99 of Dalton Kelly. There's a 15 of Bennett Allen. And you see the 34. That belongs to Sky Shrek. There's the 70 of Roy Crump, and then there's Andrew Elias, of course, right here in this pack as well. Just trailing behind them looks like the 94 of Daniel Sapotsky. First ones to set a lap time here in this qualifying session. back. Dalton Kelly is going back to a second pack. Here's a pack right here. You see that truck right there? You see that number 94? That is JCTV's own Adam Kuhn racing tonight. He'll be going for that bonus if he can get it. You see everybody fanning out ahead. Up in front of that group is the 22 of Josh Arnold. Nick Hapiak is there. Big mixture of drivers. I believe Kyle Tubb right there in the outside lane of that number 10. It is a number 7 truck, but I do not know who that is. I'll have to see if I can get my spotter guide up and working to see who exactly is driving what truck with all these different numbers mishmashed together. So that truck down there on the bottom, that Corey LaJoy truck, is a Brayton Holt.
I'll tell you what, Dawson, you already mentioned about Adam Kuhn racing here. Racing in this race. I'm actually really excited to see what he can do. Adam, not iRacing very long. He's gotten his D license. He's done a lot of rookie races. I've spotted him to a couple of rookie wins. He attempted to do a league race that, well, unfortunately, we both didn't even qualify in. Tonight's really going to be the first night that he's going to be in a longer race like this. One, at Talladega with drafting. Kind of excited to see what he can do.
You can kind of see right there. Alex Kerfan and Tristan Maher are going to help him lead the way. We work with some of those Radius Racing drivers, but to the top of the boards right now, he's further back in this pack right now. Brett Bennett, fastest here in qualifying thus far. And how about, now top of the boards, it's Shane O'Neill in the 91. Fastest in qualifying goes to Shane O'Neill. Matt Steiner, second fastest.
That is insanity. Matt Steiner, another driver, not been on iRacing very long at all. He just recently joined iRacing, got up to his C license. He has done quite a bit of races on iRacing so far, but again, I'm really excited to see what he can do tonight.
Yeah, Matt Steiner, he's pretty new to iRacing as well, but Shane O'Neill, of course, we've seen him a lot on JCTV, but currently the fastest truck in qualifying on the pole as it stands. Justin Durant, just up ahead of him, is currently the third fastest truck. There's Andrew Elias, Bennett Allen, there's Sky Shrek in the 34, just up ahead as well. See just up ahead as well, there's another driver in this group with a winning record, with a winning history, I should say, in Super Speedways pretty recently. That is the 20 of Jeffrey Armistead. To his inside now goes the 14 of Michael Kruger. These two, of course, were the winners of the season openers for Slide Job and the Independence News Truck Series. Kruger, of course, in crazy fashion, flipping across the stripe almost, coming to the checkered flag at Daytona here in Season 4 of the Independence News Truck Series. Jeffrey Armistead, the more recent of the winners, winning just 2 weeks ago in the Slide Job Racing League season opener with the help of Brett Bennett. And there's CEO Sky Shrek and Daniel Saponsky go around in the background there. So far, the time still stands. Shane O'Neill, Matt Steiner, the front row. There goes Jeffrey Armstead rolling through the middle, getting by Elias and O'Neill. And there goes O'Neill and Duran back in the background. So far, 28 drivers have set a lap time. One that is currently still trying to set a lap time, or may very well just be cruising around. That is Dane Cruz, the Cruz Missile. This guy right here, of course, the pole sitter. The past 2 iRacing.Funny 250s for the Slide Job Racing League, the season opening races at Daytona. He is currently not set a lap time yet. Neither has Matthew Tolster, Aston Rice, Enrique Cucalan, and Michael Thorpe Jr. They all have yet to set a lap time.
So much action going on in qualifying, and I'm not really sure where to watch right now.
Well, I got a spot to watch right here. There's the 22 of Josh Arnold pushing him in the 68. Obviously not the right number. That actually is going to be... Let's look and see on the spotters guide. That is, I believe,
Hunter Peach, 23.
Yeah, Hunter Peach in the 23. So you'll see him as the 23 on the ticker, but in reality, he is the number 68 truck. So we'll try to keep you stringing along to let you know what you're seeing on the tickers and who's what. But yeah, there's that 68 and 22 working together, trying to see if they can maybe string together a good enough lap to knock off pole sitter Shane O'Neill. For now, they're still stuck behind, trailing. But they are doing... Go ahead, Josh.
I think I'm more just surprised to see Hunter Peach in a Chevy than Toyota. Hunter always runs Toyotas.
Yeah, you get a good point about that. I'm used to seeing him in a Toyota, not in a... Yeah, there's Brian C. Smith driving the number 16 in this race. Going by is Jeffrey Armistead. Looks like the 16 of Jonathan Canfield working together. Shows up as number 16 in sim. He is the 28. So, again, try to keep you updated on how that's going to roll.
It's going to be pretty confusing tonight, but we'll guide y'all through that.
Yeah, we'll do our best to get you through and show you who's where. But right now, I mean, we got a train of trucks going together. We're going to see if they can't make a push for this pole position. Andrew Elias, Alex Kerfan, and Michael Kruger all there together. Up ahead, I believe that is Nick Hapiak, and I want to say that being the 65, which would, in sim, which would be Aston Rice. I believe those are the two up ahead. Indeed, there is Aston Rice in the 65, just up ahead. Actually, no. Shut up, Dawson, you're wrong. I believe it's somebody with Nick Hapiak. Alonso Chicano. And then behind Alonso Chicano, behind Nick Hapiak is Brayton Holt. All right, yeah, we're going to be mixing it up a lot. There's a lot of drivers and trucks that are not the numbers they are using. So it's going to be all over the place. But look at Justin Duran. Big one I'm going to watch here is Alonso Chicano. Right now, for this at least last 28 seconds, he's laying back. He is trying to pull a big draft off that truck group ahead of him and see if maybe that can be just enough to best that lap time set by Shane O'Neill. Maybe go for the pole. Coming through the trial, 14 seconds left. This will be the final lap for these drivers. Can they beat it at the line? Yes! Alex Kerfan! Just in the nick of time, goes to the pole at the last seconds. He sets the fastest lap of 51.362, which is just 6/1000ths of a second faster than Shane O'Neill's time. Michael Kruger just up ahead of him there, went third fastest. Andrew Elias fourth. They just got to the line, and they just knocked off the 91.
It's incredible.
I believe the extra time will be used for the final drivers to complete their laps if they're on track. I believe that goes for Aston Rice, currently in the 65, to complete his final lap. But it's not going to be enough to do anything as he is pulling to pit road, it looks like. No draft help's not going to matter. So that will do it for your qualifying. 29 drivers took a lap successfully. And we have a last-minute join here. At the very last second, we were worried he wasn't going to make it. It looks like he was able to make it. Braden Laster showing up here on our entry list. So very likely that we're going to see that 013 truck out here tonight ready to rip and ride. So that'll do it for qualifying in this group qualifying effort. We don't see a lot here on JCTV. It's always fun to see it pop up and see our drivers go after each other here during qualifying. But that'll do it. 52 laps await these drivers. So as we get ready to go, we'll take a look at your starting lineup here on JCTV. You can see the starting up on the front row. Alex Kerfan and Shane O'Neill take up row number 1. Then in row number 2, Michael Kruger and Andrew Elias. Row 3 sees Matt Steiner and Justin Durand. And then you'll see row 4, Brett Bennett and Alonzo Chicano. How about a fitting row there in row number 4? And running out to top 10 for qualifying, Daniel Saponsky. And how about that? Adam Kuhn starting out in 10th.
Starting in 11th, it's going to be Sky Schreck. Starting 12th, Brian C. Smith. 13th is going to go to Tristan Maher. 14th, Brayton Cole. 15th will be Nathan Lehman with Enrique Quinones starting next to him at 16th. Nick Capiak will start 17th. Kyle Tubb in 18th. Joshua Arnold 19th. And Hunter Peach will start in 20th.
Starting back in the 21st position will be Jonathan Canfield with Roy Crump to his outside. Bennett Allen, Jeffrey Armistead making up row number 12. Row 13 sees another debuting driver here on JCTV, Cameron Shirey. Driving the number 74 Old Spice Chevy Silverado. To his outside will be Cole Snyder in the 24/19, whatever you want to call it. William Turnbull starts in row 14. To his outside is the 99 of Dalton Kelly. And then it's going to be Aston Rice and Dane Cruz rounding out your top 30.
And finishing out the pack, it looks like Michael Thorpe Jr., followed by Enrique Cucalan. Dawson Elms not racing, so put Brayton Laster and Matthew Tolster rounding out the pack tonight.
Not sure if Tolster is racing or if he is admin, but he is registered as a driver as well. That we'll see in due time here, but that is your starting lineup presented by JCTV. So, Joshua, we have got a race on our hands. It's 52 laps for 138.32 miles. Winner of this race will get $100. And we love Andrew Elias for everything he does, all these races, all these fun events he puts together. It's always great to get out there and put together these fun events for everybody. So thank you, Andrew, for that. Track temps, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy weather. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to here tonight. Mr. Josh, I believe it's time for us to take our picks on who we think is going to win tonight's race. Who you got your eye on for tonight?
Man, this is such a tough one, Dawson. But you know what? I'm going to give it to the guy that won our last race that Andrew Elias put on. Alex Kerfan. He is starting on the pole. Kerfan, though, you know, back in December, that Racers versus Redditors race, Kerfan stole the win in that one.
Well, you see what sucks? You took my pick to win. I was going to take Alex Kerfan, but it's okay because I have a backup solution. How about this pick here? Roy Crump in the 70. He is good at these super speedway races. I feel like he's got a really good chance to get up there, duke it out, and go for the win here tonight. Watch for that 70 truck to be in victory lane. So as the field, double file making their way through 3 and 4. Of course, with it being 52 laps, they will have to make, I believe, at least just one pit stop to make it to the end of this race on fuel. And some mixed starters up in the front here. Some guys we've seen up front in super speedway races all the time, and some guys that are making their first or very rare starts here on JCTV. Alex Kerfan, Shane O'Neill, though, the front row as they make their way through the tri-oval, heading towards the restart zone. They're going to pass by that. The green flag will be displayed, and we are racing here in the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32 at Talladega. Looks like Shane O'Neill already going to drop back to the back. Doesn't want to be in the mix early on. Let it go out in the front. As you see, Kerfan and Kruger already taking off. Some drivers dropping to the back. That looks like it's Brett Bennett. Sky Schreck on the bottom as well. But everybody chasing right now the 30 and the 14.
A little bit surprised on the gap that these two have put over everybody else, but Justin ran. Making some steam happen on that outside.
Not shocking to see the Radius Racing teammates, Justin and Randall Alonso Chicano, work together to get to the front. Now here goes Chicano to the inside, going to try to make a move, and now here comes Danny Zaponsky, already forcing it 3 wide.
Oh, Oh, Justin wanted to come down in front of teammate Tristan Maher, but
Brayton Holt didn't let it
let
go!
it go around.
Ryan C. Smith into the outside wall. Somehow we don't want him up, but we do. The caution is out. I don't see anybody that would have wrecked besides that 16. We'll take a look at your replay here. Somehow, some way, they did not wad it up.
It's going to be a lot of damage to Bennett Allen's truck. Oh, and afterwards, Ryan and John Canfield made contact.
Yeah, they made contact there. Looks like he had trouble trying to steer the truck, but I also saw some contact with Brett Bennett in the background. Somebody lifted up this 47. I can't tell who that is. It looks like Cameron Shirey in the 74 into the back of Brett Bennett there as everybody was checking up. Oh, indeed, yeah. Only fitting that it's the 47 and the 74 that combine together to make contact. So with that, we re-rack them, restack them this next time, I believe. Alonzo Chicano leads Daniel Saponsky, Alex Kerfan, Tristan Maher, and Justin Durand.
Some guys coming into pit, maybe top off on fuel. But for the most part, looks like a lot of guys are content with staying out. And lights on the pace car are still on, so we're going to go one more time around before, getting double file. Now, of course, Dawson and I, we talked about our picks to win, and I had to get it done pretty quick because of going green. But I think a couple of drivers that really, are drivers to watch. I'd say Daniel Saponsky. He's not someone that races a whole lot. We see on JCTV, but I think Saponsky, when he does show up, he's aggressive. And sometimes on bad end of things, but a lot of times it takes what it takes to win these races is aggression. And Sponsky might actually have a say for how this race goes at the end. Another driver, I think, someone to watch out for. He's current race leader, Alonso Chicano. He has the second most wins on JCTV. And Alonso's been racing since the beginning. He is also more successful in a truck than anything else on JCTV programming. He's got the lead right now. He's really good at these kind of races. Always aggressive as well. Staying up front. Knowing where to be in the lines. And, again, I think aggression, it can be pretty bad in these races at times if you don't make the move at the right time. But I think it's going to take some of that aggression in tonight's race, especially with $100 on the line. So many drivers could try to go for that, and I'll tell you, $100 is A lot of money. So the lights on the pace car are off. Drivers are going to go double file. We are going to restart with 47 laps to go. It's not a long race. Only 52 laps is the scheduled distance in this one. Already 5 laps. 4 laps complete, working on lap 5.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go back here on lap number 5. Sorry to cut into you there, Josh. But, yeah, Chicano, Saponski, Kerfan, Maher, Duran, the top 5. As of right now, Brian C. Smith, Bennett Allen, they are currently suffering. Mostly just Brian C. Smith still on pit road getting damage repair, but Bennett Allen is back out on track a lap down. So he'll definitely want some more cautions here. Looking at the field, looks like 16th on back. For the most part, came down pit road. Some just rolled down pit road. Others came down pit road and took some service. With that, we'll leave the field in the hands of the 25, Alonzo Chicano, and that not famous racing Warhog scheme. Pace car gonna take that hard left turn to the safety of pit road and leave the field in the hands of the 31/25. They'll make their way towards the Geico restart zone through the tri-oval. Slow and steady as they go. And when it's go time, that 25 is going to launch with a 30 on his back bumper. The green flag is out. Back underway here at Talladega, and you can see the 3 of them all lined up together. What a great restart by Chicano, Kerfan, and Duran to get lined up together. Now Maher also dived to the inside. All 4 members of Radius Racing have lined up. And look who's following in pursuit. Brayton Laster. Going to make a charge here to the inside of Michael Kruger and Daniel Saponski with that inside line. A lot of shuffling in the background.
I'm a little bit surprised to see these 2 working on the outside so well with the amount of trucks on the bottom. It's not a lot, but still the advantage to the bottom over that top line. 5 trucks down there compared to the 2.
Yeah, it's definitely a big shakeup. But back behind them, the pack that is trailing. Right here, Matt Steiner, Roy Crump side by side. Then Jonathan Canfield's right there, as is Adam Kuhn. William Turnbull, Michael Thorpe Jr. just behind as well. There's Dane Cruz in the 11, Shane O'Neill. To his outside goes Cameron Shirey. Just behind them is Jeffrey Armistead, Sky Schreck, Dalton Kelly. There's Enrique Cucalon, Aston Rice, Andrew Elias. But right now, up front, Brayton Laster goes to the top side. And here comes Daniel Saponski to the race lead.
That outside line stalls out. So the advantage goes right back to Alonzo Chicano.
Chicano on the inside line. You see Brayton Laster dropping back to the inside line that time. But that's allowing Roy Crump and Matt Steiner to kind of pull back up to the field. Make it a 9-truck breakaway right now for the top spots for the lead. Doing a great job. Kruger and Saponski are staying with it, keeping tough, and trying to battle for the lead. Now here comes Brayton Laster with Roy Crump behind him. They're going to push their way on the outside lane and try to make it a 4-on-4 battle.
This might be enough to help the outside line. They can get together. Right now you have 4 drivers from Radius, 3 drivers from SBLD, as well as Brayton Laster, all fighting for this race lead.
On the stripe, it'll be lap number 9. You see Daniel Saponski going to go way to the top. That's going to cycle him back. Roy Crump going to pull up to the top to get behind him there for a second, but I think Saponski wanted to drop back and not lead that lane. They're going to drop right in front of Michael Thorpe Jr., who is pulled up with William Turnbull, Dane Cruz, there's Jonathan Canfield, Matt Steiner, Adam Kuhn's in here. Cameron Shirey is back there in the back, as well as Dalton Kelly. The top 16 now, all in a group together.
Oh, what a stack up from Adam Kuhn. He gave a big shot in. Adam Kuhn gets tagged a little bit there. Going to be back on track. No issues, but can't tell who that is.
Might have been Cameron Shirey that got him, maybe Dalton Kelly.
That was Cameron Shirey.
So as they battle out back, still the battle up front, Michael Kruger battling Alonso Chicano. Talk about poetic how in the trucks here tonight, the two leaders in the points of the In the Pits News Truck Series are battling 1-2 right now.
And Alonso's like, are you serious? You're matching me here too? These two just can't get away from each other. They are very, very good race car drivers. Look at that. Michael Kruger probably smiling from ear to ear, knowing that he's getting a push from Brayton Laster.
Yeah, Brayton Laster, of course, ARCA driver. Currently riding in the top 5 as they go. He was almost about to have to miss his own race, his own namesake race. But luckily was able to make it here at the end of qualifying. He is here, he is racing. He started all the way back in 34th, and he has found his way to the top 5. That number 013 truck is on the move here tonight.
Yeah, he actually commented on the live chat. Said plus 25 spots in 4 laps, LFG. And since the drop of the green flag, it's even more. But here we go, 3 wide. Andy Spotsky making that high line work.
And he has an amazing pusher behind him. That's the 11 of Dan Cruz. If you want to talk about an aggressive super speedway driver that can push like crazy, you're looking at one of the best here on JCTV. That number 11 is all over Saponski's back bumper. Got him all the way to the outside, 3 wide for the lead. But they're dropping back right now. Going to need an extra charge, an extra push here. But look who's behind him, Dalton Kelly as well. He's been there at the end of these super speedway races as well. Just needed a couple good breaks to go his way, and he could have won the Season 1 Talladega race. But right now, currently rocking the outside lane there with the 11 of Dan Cruz. How about William Turnbull just behind him as well, having a good run?
Yeah, I'm actually, very surprised. Neither one of us picked Dan Cruz. He is so good in these kind of races. And that outside line making the charge right now to help Dan Cruz, Janis Sponsky.
Hey, Josh, we've still got 40 laps to go, and they are 3 wide for the race lead.
I mean, did we mention this race is for $100?
I think we did. I think we're starting to see the issues. The patience game is not on a lot of these guys' cards right now, but you see Justin Duran had jumped to the middle lane to get in front of Michael Kruger. He is now working to the outside of his Radius Racing teammates, Alex Kerfan and Alonso Chicano, trying to go to the top spot if he can. And on the inverse of this, it looks like Bennett Allen has finally called it a night. He will finish 32nd. The inverse of this right now that I'm seeing, there are some drivers that are currently laying back. Looks like Sky Shrek is out back, Jeffrey Armistead. There's Andrew Elias, Matt Steiner's there, Brett Bennett, Shane O'Neill, all lined up together here in the back. What I wanted to point this out for, these cars, these trucks back here, Brett Bennett, Jeffrey Armistead, they played this same strategy at Daytona for Slide Job in the iRacing Funny 250 just 2 weeks ago. That's what got them to 1-2. Staying out back, avoiding all the trouble, and getting up front when it mattered most. That's going to be their strategy again tonight, and that's what they were telling me at the start of the broadcast, is their plan is to stay out back and push when they need to push. And so far, they are currently out of harm's way because the Hornet's Nest is up front for the lead. Oh, Tristan Maher.
I think that might have been a planned move by Maher. And that's going to help that outside line. Look at Saponski. He's going to get clear and drop all the way down to the bottom. Now going to get a push from Alonso Chicano, but here comes the middle line with Justin Duran.
Roy Trump got a little sideways there. Back behind Kruger, had to get out of it. Kruger now on the back bumper of Duran once again. Daniel Saponski, though, leading so far in front of Alonso Chicano. At the stripe this time, they're still 3 abreast, but Daniel Saponski leads that last lap. Here comes Dan Cruz to the outside.
Cruz missile is turned on. He has those rockets going.
Yeah, he's earned that nickname for the way he can get from the back to the front in these super speedway races. It's almost, he's like Houdini. It's so magical how he can go from trailing out back, trying to battle to the front, to all of a sudden he is leading this thing. And he's done it time and time again, even picking up some wins in the slide job racing league at these super speedways. He swept, I believe, the back half of the races in Season 9, both Talladega and Atlanta.
Yeah, he did. Very close together. He was not on my radar to win either one of those, but he did. And, of course, won Duel 2, was it? Just this past, well, for the season opener for Season 11 that we just did.
And he won Duel 1, actually, because he was on the pole for the race. But he went ahead and won the duel anyways. So, he's got a known history of doing really well at these style racetracks. But still battling up there. Dalton Kelly, like we mentioned, he was out to his back bumper there. That 99 truck. He's doing a fantastic job. We mentioned he's always here at the end of these races. He knows where to put the truck and where to finish it out. He is currently riding in the top 10. Only one of 2 trucks in the outside lane, though. But they've been able to make it work. But up front,
Toscano goes to the outside.
Justin Rand going to shove that 25 clear of Daniel Saponsky, and likely here, they're both clear right now. They might just pull in line to the bottom line. Indeed, they do. So that puts Daniel Saponsky in the middle of a Radius Racing sandwich between Justin Rand and Alex Kerfan there.
With, of course, Michael Kruger on the outside, though I think Michael might be working with the SBLD guys tonight. But Kruger has ties with Radius and SBLD.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ties with a lot of these different groups. We've got everybody together in a lot of different leagues. We always, it's funny, in the Pitts News Truck Series, it's Radius versus SBLD, but everywhere else, it's all the cooperative effort together. Especially in the slide job racing leagues or Comfort's Ultimate Motorsports. That is Michael Kruger, Brett Bennett, Jeffrey Armistead, and Alonso Chicano together, as well as running in court as Radbus Racing. And then we see it as well. Just, everywhere else we go, it's all together. But once we hit the track on Saturday nights, it's on. But you see there, Daniel Saponsky trying to pull to the outside lane. Indeed, he does. He gets there. Ezra Elias is in the background, too. I see him. He's trying to drop back a little bit further back than this mix right now. But new leader, Michael Kruger, with help from Dane Cruz.
Great push there from Cruz to get Kruger out to the race lead.
Daniel Saponsky trying to make the outside lane work, putting Dalton Kelly in a sucker hole for now, but here comes Justin Duran and Alonso Chicano moving back into the outside lane. They're going to try to pull back Kruger and Cruz now as they go to the outside. Chicano going to lead that time.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be long until Chicano made
Oh,
that
Dalton
move.
Kelly's making a move to the outside lane.
I think Dalton Kelly's tired of seeing that move. Alonso Chicano leading these kind of races. Dalton Kelly wants to stay here. He's now going to get a push from Daniel Saponsky.
I think that 99's tired of seeing tailgates, and he wants to see clear windshield this next time by. But right now, he is stuck up top of 3 wide with Daniel Saponsky on his rear bumper. Michael Kruger still leading Dane Cruz on his back end. Here comes Alonso Chicano charging back in the middle lane with Justin Rand pushing him. Yet again, we still got a ton of time left. I mean, we're coming up on 30 laps to go. We're racing like it's the last lap still. Roy Crump leaning on Dalton Kelly there on the outside lane.
And also, just real quick, because I don't think it's been mentioned, there's no fast repairs. You wreck your truck, you're potentially done.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it was done with no fast repairs to, enhance the idea that we should be driving a little safer and not as reckless. But yet we still got these guys going 3 wide like they've got 2 fast repairs in the bank. It's a great decision, I think, because a lot of the times we've seen these races go with multiple fast repairs, and they've just devolved. Now you know that your truck with the new damage model could survive, but it also could end your race just as soon as it starts. So these guys are being cautious, but they're also being aggressive. So that's really providing some great racing that we're seeing right now. They're still 3 wide, still battling for the race lead with Dalton Kelly getting a huge charge to the outside, trying to go to the point.
Also leaving a lot of room, not trying to get any of that side draft to affect him in the wrong way. But right now, it's just not helping. This Justin Rand, huge push to Alonso Chicano. Dane Cruz staying right there with the 14, Michael Kruger.
Oh, and just so you know, you can see the entire pack down the back straightaway. That picture right here, that's everybody in the field that's still racing. Everybody's still in the same, set of real estate. They're all right there together. The furthest truck back right now, 31st place, Shane O'Neill, is only 3 seconds off the race lead. They are still all right there together, still able to make a move. Anybody can win this still. Long from over. But it is going to be a battle for these drivers as they continue to swap spots, continue to battle for positions. Nobody's got an advantage over the other yet. It's still Chicano and Kruger leading the top lines there on the outside lane. Here comes Dalton Kelly yet again. Justin Durand, Dane Cruz, Daniel Saponsky, all over the place.
Dane Cruz drops down of line.
And Dane Cruz maybe had enough there and dropping back, or maybe he got forced out. That kills the inside lane's momentum. Here comes Durand and Chicano. Shirey tried to get down, couldn't quite do it, so now Shirey's in the middle of a 3-wide spot.
Almost 4 wide there.
Yeah, Saponsky's trying to stay behind Kelly, but not really wanting to at the same time. How about Hunter Peach now in the mix? And that 68 truck rolling up in the middle of this group. Josh Arnold, Cole Snyder, Nick Hapiak, all of the Militia Motorsports drivers finally making their way to the front. But here comes Cameron Shirey to the race lead.
Once again, that outside line with Dalton Kelly, Danny Sponsky, and Roy Crump making its way back up to the front. 3 wide for the lead once again.
No driver wants to give an inch here. Everybody wants that top spot. Ooh, Arnold a little bit out of line, a little bit out of sorts. There's Tristan Maher jumping to the top side. I believe we got Michael Kruger coming to pit road. Indeed we do. Perhaps some pit stops underway for some of the drivers. Actually, yeah, there's Michael Kruger. Sky Shrek coming in. There's Brett Bennett, Jeffrey Armstead, Matt Steiner, Adam Kuhn. There's Shane O'Neill as well. Everybody now making their way to pit road. So the first stops of the race is going to go for those drivers right there. The lead pack still driving crazy hard like it's the last lap. Cameron Shirey up front of Alonso Chicano right now, leading the field.
I believe Sky Shrek missed the box. Had to roll backwards.
That's going to cost her the chance to stay in the draft with those SPLD trucks that she pit with. But now it looks like a lot of drivers trying to migrate to that bottom line, getting ready to see some more pit stops here. I saw Saponsky trying to force his way to the bottom. There he goes down to the bottom, as does Roy Crump. No, Saponsky back on the racetrack. Couldn't get it wound up enough, so Roy Crump spins coming to pit road. The 70 truck goes around, entering pit lane, and that is going to cost him, without a caution, he's pretty much out of it. Justin Durand trying to jump to the outside with Alex Kerfan, but Cameron Shirey moved to the top first. Here comes Chicano there. There's Shane O'Neill. Tail end of the lead lap now as they make their way through 3 and 4. That's going to stack them up. They're going to have to try to go to the inside of them. 4 wide for a split second with the lap car up top. Oh, wrecking! Oh. Tristan Maher, Dalton Kelly go around. Caution flag flies. And damage to Dalton Kelly. Cole Snyder got a piece of it as well. We take a look at your replay here. It all starts with coming up on lap traffic there. That's Shane O'Neill to the outside. Close quarters racing with Tristan Maher, but right here, oh, Kelly just gets down onto that right rear quarter panel of Tristan Maher, and around they go. Luckily, only a 2-car accident. Oh, that's going to be the end of the night for Maher. Sounded like the engine blowing there. Onboard Dalton Kelly. And just right here, contact made, and Maher just gets nailed into the wall. Head on. And so that brings out our second caution of the night. But out front, Brett Bennett leads the field. Michael Kruger second. Jeffrey Armistead third. Sky Schreck is fourth. Adam Kuhn is fifth. And you see Matt Steiner in sixth. Roy Crump, Justin Duran, Alonso Chicano, and Hunter Peach. That's going to be your top 10 as they run right now. So I'm going to go see really quick if I can get a hold of our in-race reporter. Hey, Shane O'Neill, as the boys have been in the booth, you got a copy.
I got you loud and clear. I'm having a lot of fun. Are you?
We're having a blast, but I want to talk about it first. I think to talk about it. Second place start. You almost got that pole to the last second. First off, what was it like starting up in the front with all the heavy hitters there?
Well, first of all, I qualified as a joke and then was informed that I couldn't get an EOL. So I was kind of panicking internally the entire time. And so that starting up front is a new experience. I'm definitely not used to that. So I survived though. I'm optimistic.
Yeah, well, we're watching it here too. We're keeping our eyes on you. You've done a great job all night. What are you looking forward to as we cross the halfway point?
The objective here is going to be to survive, especially with so many cars still on the lead lap. There's going to be a lot more damaged sheet metal to repair coming up. So I'm just gonna try to hang back and enjoy myself, have some fun. Thanks for Andrew for putting on this race. I have a truck tribute. So
Yeah, we've seen it. We've pointed it out. Very entertaining truck there right now. Currently scored in the 27th position, but has been up as high as second. We look forward to seeing how you do the rest of this race, Shane, and we'll try to talk to you in a little bit.
thanks.
And that is Shane O'Neill, the driver of the number 91. No wipe, no lift. Toyota Tundra. So the field is going double file here. Michael Kruger choosing that top lane. To the bottom goes Brett Bennett. So we'll see how things shake out here. So as we get ready here on the back straightaway, Josh, what are you kind of watching for as this race is going on here to see maybe what we'll see as this rest of this race progresses here in the second half?
Who's going to control this race? I mean, we saw the iRacing Funny 250 be won by a group of drivers that pit before caution came out, and they stayed in control for the rest of the race. And, the guys that did it just happened to be first, second, and third in the iRacing Funny 250. First, second, and third here in this race. So, I think if these three can stay in control, Kruger, Bennett, and Armistead, it's going to be really hard for anybody else to try to win this race.
Yeah, but I think the difference is with how many laps are left in this race compared to what they had in the iRacing F1 250. They really only had 14 laps left in that race. When they came to the checkered flag, they've got almost double that. As we get ready for tonight's race, for the end of tonight's race, as we approach the restart zone, Michael Kruger, Brett Bennett, the front row, heading through that middle of the tri-oval to the Geico restart zone, where the green flag will be displayed, and we are back racing here at Talladega. As you see how well they get formed, Bennett to the lead, Kruger to second, Armistead to third. I saw in the background, though, somebody made an aggressive move on the restart. Dane Cruz shot up about maybe 5 or 6 spots on the restart, already teamed up there with Nathan Lehman in the 33, and Daniel Saponski going to try to charge to the front.
And Cruz going to go to the outside. He's got no help. Honestly, I think if Saponski and Cruz were to stay together, these two might be just an unstoppable train, but instead they're going to be side by side. Well, 3 wide, rather, as well, but...
Yeah, Saponski trying to come up to the middle lane, almost took out Enrique Quinones. Just so close to making contact, but they get it straightened back out, and now Quinones falls in line behind the 94. But up front here is Brett Bennett leading the race. Matt Steiner dropping back on the outside lane by himself. But, of course, now the outside lane building up. There is Daniel Saponski jumping to the top lane. Looks like the 10 just up ahead. Kyle Tubb jumping up as well. Cole Snyder right there. Braden Holtz up as well. A lot of the Militia Motorsports guys, drivers that run in the NAOR series, they run into teams, Militia Motorsports elsewhere. They're working together quite well. They have made a great job, great effort together. Currently leading the way for that team is Hunter Peach. Just behind him, looks like Cameron Shire. He's splitting them up with Josh Arnold there, Nick Hapiak, Braden Holt. There you see Cole Snyder, and then behind them as well, Kyle Tubb. But you see a split 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Chicano with Justin Durant shoving him. What a move. Oh, Kruger got turned! Around goes the field! It's the big one at Talladega! Quinones, Turnbull, Peach is in it. Josh Arnold got a bit of it. Michael Kruger, though, the big victim in it all. He is the one that starts it off. And just like that, the caution flag will fly once again here at Talladega. Take a look at your Archibald replay here and see how that all kicked off.
Kruger wanted to go to the outside, so he jumped out of line, get in front of Alonso Chicano. Alonso wanted none of that. They went 3 wide, and that's what led up to the accident happening. And that was just 3 wide gone wrong.
You see, he went to make the move on Brett Bennett, but Chicano and Durand did not want to help him at all. Cameron Shari tried to go to the outside and follow Hunter Peach. Couldn't do it with Josh Arnold there. But right here, you'll see it. Kruger. Oh, they just make a lot of contact there. 4 wide pretty much just does not work. Cole Snyder. Yeah, there's Hunter Peach getting involved as well. On board with the 23 of Hunter Peach. See all the moving around here up ahead. And looking out back, you'll see. No chance to miss it. On board Nick Hapiak. It just looks like 3 trucks going for the same real estate. And on board the 74 of Cameron Shirey. So with that being our most recent caution, some more drivers take it out in the chaos. Tristan Maher currently scored a lap down, currently 8 laps down after his accident. Dalton Kelly 6 laps down as well. Michael Kruger now 2 laps down. Looks like Josh Arnold and Hunter Peach are both out of the race as well. Nick Hapiak, Enrique Quinones on pit road. It looks like he wiped out a lot of those guys from NAOR. Arnold, Peach, Hapiak, and Quinones got involved there. I think Kyle Tubb got a slight piece of it, was able to avoid a massive accident, involving him. He was able to really avoid a lot of it, as well as I believe Nathan Lehman. He was able to make it through nearly unscathed. Just kind of looking through the pecking order. Brayton Holt still stands for that Militia Motorsports group in 7th right now.
Yeah, I think a race like this, teammates are very important, and going to be very hard for Braden Holt the rest of this race, with most all of them out of this.
Actually, looks like Hunter Peach is back and rolling off pit road. That number 68 truck scored as number 23. For the scoring, he is going to stay on the lead lap too, so might have just been out of the truck looking at the replay to see what happened. It looks like Michael Kruger is going to be calling it a night as well. 3 laps down, and he is out of the truck, so maybe out of the race. So do it for the 14 truck. He'll not go for another win here at a super speedway. But that leaves Alonso Chicano and Justin Duran to make up row number 1. Row number 2, SBLD teammates Brett Bennett and Jeffrey Armistead. They were 1-2 at Daytona for slide job. Can they pull a 1-2 at Talladega tonight? Cameron Shirey 3rd. Sky Schreck back there in 4th. She's got a good run going so far. Braden Holt in the 7th position. To his outside is Adam Kuhn. And then Roy Crump and Alex Kerfan. They are going to round out your top 10.
Still impressed with Adam Kuhn's run so far. And as you mentioned, 8th place. Still not out of it as a clean truck. Been staying pretty calm.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He started 10th. He's been all throughout the field right now, riding comfortably in 9th. We'll see if he's got anything here at the conclusion of this race. Pace car is going to pull off to pit road. Going to put the field back in the hands of Alonso Chicano and Justin Duran, who will line up side by side as they make their way through the tri-oval. A reminder to you, the start-finish line is not in the tri-oval. It is on the front stretch, just a little bit further past it. You'll see a lot of moves be made here at the last second, trying to go for the race win. We'll see if we can see it tonight. Through the Geico restart zone, the green flag flies. Alonso Chicano launches to the lead. Brett Bennett tried to launch right with him, was just there, but now he's got to work around Justin Duran in the 5. Roy Crump dropping to the bottom, dropping back. See, it looks like Shane O'Neill going to do the same. Drop to the rear. Don't want to be a part of this mix-up early on as you see Cameron Shirey trying to go 3 wide. Sky Schreck just behind him. That 34 truck's going to try to do some wonders and make some moves to the field. Adam Kuhn checking up Alex Kerfan on the outside lane, though.
It was a huge bump Adam Kuhn just gave to Jeffrey Armistead.
Oh, and he's kind of blinking in and out. That's going to cause Kerfan to bail on him. That's going to slow up that outside lane. Cameron Shirey back there trying to make a 3rd lane as well. But here comes Michael Thorpe Jr. We haven't talked about him at all tonight. He's pushing for 2nd, going to try to go for the race lead. Now he gets moved to the outside. Trying to pull back in. Brayton Laster fills the hole. Oh, but he's going to have some help. Here comes the lineup here. Michael Thorpe Jr. with Dane Cruz pushing him. This ought to be a combination. 2 laps and they'll be clear for the lead. That's my call.
See how those duo play this out, but here comes another duo going to the outside, making a 3 wide. Kerfan and Durant.
Yeah, we've seen Kerfan not really working with Justin and Chicano like in duos, in tandems. He's really been kind of working in the group set. You know, he's not been the guy that's been working with the other two, but right now he is leading Justin Durant to the outside. Brayton Holt leaning on Alonso Chicano there on the inside lane as they go 3 wide again for the race lead. Michael Thorpe Jr. wants 4 wide. Thought about it, Bill's back in line, but here comes he and Dane Cruz. If anybody ever tells you that the tandem is dead, it's not dead. It's still alive and well here. Alonso Chicano still leading with Brett Bennett on his back bumper. There's Brayton Holt and Brayton Laster there in the middle. And then on the top side, it's Alex Kerfan, Justin Duran, and Michael Thorpe Jr. trying to make wonders work on the outside. Here comes Kerfan now.
Kerfan with huge push from Justin Duran. And that was good enough to actually have him lead that lap. He wants to go down, but he wants to wait for his teammate. There might have been a slight bit of contact there between Durant and Holt.
They made slight contact. He did not want to pull down without Justin being able to clear as well to get back in front of Alonso. But Brayton Holt and Brayton Laster working together in the middle to not let them do that just yet. Michael Thorpe Jr., Dane Cruz, Enrique Quinones trying to do something. But there goes Kerfan to the bottom. He'll slot back in front of Alonso. I'm sure he got the go-ahead from Justin to do it. Now Alex Kerfan leads the bottom line. At the stripe. Go ahead, Josh.
Justin Duran with the full head of steam now, with help from
Michael Thorpe Jr. Now he goes to the bottom.
That's it.
Yeah, now Michael Thorpe Jr. and Dane Cruz all alone in the outside lane. 14 laps to go that time by. Brayton Holt, Brayton Laster. Brayton and Brayton working together. Enrique Quinones goes to the middle now with them, leaving Michael Thorpe Jr. and Dane Cruz to their own devices. Daniel Saponsky going to try to roll up on the middle lane as well. Brett Bennett dropping back a little bit, as is Jonathan Canfield, who's up here in this mix.
I wonder if Enrique Quinones is going to get up there, try to work with Brayton Holt. He doesn't. He drops down behind Alonso Chicano, but Enrique Quinones, another driver from Militia, will look at Thorpe on that outside with Cruz. Saponsky, they're making that outside line work.
And I'd expect Brett Bennett to try to jump up to the outside line here any second when he can get the chance to. Nathan Lehman back there on his back bumper now in the 33. They are still 3 abreast back here in the background with Justin Duran leading. Alex Kerfan pushing in, but here comes Chicano now to the outside with help from Brayton Holt. And here comes Thorpe now.
Outside line just not strong enough.
See Kyle Tubb, Cole Snyder back in the mix as well. They've caught back up with this group. They've gotten everything worked out together to get back up here. 12 laps to go with the line. Chicano gets clear of the bottom lane. Got to pull back down. Brayton Holt gets right there on the quarter panel. They're still side by side for the race lead. Brett Bennett now going to move to the outside lane.
Huge push.
Here comes Bennett now with help from Michael Thorpe Jr. It's no more give, it's all take. Brayton Laster jumping to the outside. He makes it 3 wide. Oh, Bennett gets a little squirrely. That's going to stack up Thorpe and Cruz. That outside line dissipates just as quickly as it got formed up. But for now, it's a 2-lane battle. Brayton Holt with help from Nathan Lehman, Kyle Tubb, and I believe Cole Snyder there. To the inside, there's Justin Duran with Alonso Chicano leading. Alex Kerfan, Enrique Quinones is down there.
Right now it is Radius versus Militia. 3 Radius guys on the bottom, 4 Militia guys in the middle.
That top side's kind of been the wild cards. Brayton Laster, Brett Bennett, Michael Thorpe, Dane Cruz. On the Canfield right there on the inside line, there's Sky Shrek, Cameron Shirey, Roy Crump's there as well now. 10 laps to go in the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32 here at Talladega. It's still side by side. Dead even. Oh, Kurt Finn gets a little loose. Got into Kyle Tubb. They keep it straight. How on earth did they keep that from being a pileup?
That was incredible driving, but here comes that outside line. Brayton Laster with push from Brett Bennett. Brayton Laster might have this race lead.
Not so fast. Chicano still back out to the point. Braden Holt trying to get that middle lane to work. Now 3 trucks in that line. Lehman, Tubb trying to push Holt, can't quite do it. Here comes Brayton Laster to the outside with help from Bennett and Dane Cruz. Laster going to jump to the bottom. And now Brett Bennett's going to push from Dane Cruz, going to the race lead.
That outside line struggling through the corners. Right here now, on the back straight. Bottom stacking.
Ooh, Chicano gets in the back of Laster trying to push him. He gets him a little sideways. Give the advantage this time to Braden Holt in the middle lane. No more give, it's only take, as we have just only 8 laps to go with the stripe for this race. There's a big payday waiting at the checkered flag for whoever crosses the line first, and everybody wants to be the one to cross first. 8 laps to go this time by. It's the Brayton and Braden show in the front as Brayton Laster leads Braden Holt.
Braden Holt led that lap barely.
Now he's just got to do that 8 more times. Easy enough, right? Oh, look who's back in the mix now. Daniel Saponsky trying to work the 3rd lane of the 94. Ooh, Chicano jumping to the outside lane now. He's going to try to work past Braden Laster again. Oh, a push from Braden Holt gets Chicano sideways. They stack up. He saves it. Chicano to the race lead. Trying to go back to the bottom. Braden Holt charging hard on the outside lane.
Big push to Chicano from Laster. Look
And
at
now
that
Holt to the
outside
bottom.
line.
Braden Holt clears to the bottom of the outside line. Form back up. Saponsky with Bennett, and I believe back behind him is Dane Cruz.
And Jonathan Canfield just lurking in the back.
They're not going to keep it straight for 7 more laps. Let me tell you, they are driving like it's the final lap every lap. But Braden Holt got down to the bottom in front of Alonso Chicano. Nathan Lehman leads the middle lane now. Daniel Saponsky leading the top side as they make their way through 3 and 4. Still 3 abreast coming down to the front straightaway. Making almost 4 wide, Justin Durand shoves his way into the middle lane. At the stripe this time, I believe Nathan Lehman leads. But here comes Saponsky and Bennett to the outside.
That bottom line has the advantage through the corner. Braden Holt with a huge push from Alonso Chicano.
Oh, contact!
Going to go around.
Nathan Lehman's in it.
Track.
Daniel Saponsky's around. That's going to stack him up. I believe that was not even Enrique Quinones. Andrew Elias is in it. Back there in the back as well as Enrique Cucalon. Kyle Tubbs involved. And with 6 laps to go, we wad them up again. We'll take a look at your Archibald replay and see how that all transpired. I want to say it all started with a pretty aggressive side draft here. Everybody's just going for everything they can take. Saponsky gets down and Lehman tries to get up as well. So they both, from that angle, it looks like they went for the same real estate, and then they just stack it up after. Oh, and Shane O'Neill, right into the driver's side of the 33. Elias got a push there from Jeffrey Armistead to spin him out. That's Jeffrey Armistead's point of view. A lot of chaos there on the backstretch as everybody battling it out here, trying to get as spots as they can. See, Kyle Tubb got turned by Alex Kerfan there on the apron. So now that leaves us with the possibility of overtime, Josh.
Yeah. And I don't think that they're done yet.
Oh, no, not in the least bit. I mean, that was a pretty good wreck that happened there. Pretty good pileup, but I think we still got at least maybe 2 more in us. So
It's
with
going to
that,
be, I was just going to say, it's going to be NAOR versus ITPN versus ARCA, top 3 drivers.
now, Josh, when it comes to broadcasting, obviously, the way usually a booth works for those at home that may be watching for the first time, as the broadcaster, we do not have the driver chats enabled. We do not have anything enabled to where we can hear it on the broadcasting stream. However, our counterpart usually does. So, Josh, have you heard anything from driver comms? Anybody say anything after that? Anybody maybe talking about fuel being an issue, pushing it close maybe?
Well, I have bad news for you, Dawson. I personally, when I am even just color commentary, I like having the chat off so I can stay focused. Sometimes I'll turn it on, but for the most part, I have it off. So,
Now, see, Josh, this is why you're a C tier commentator. You gotta have something. You know, you've got to have those driver communications. We gotta know what the drivers are thinking, Josh. How are we supposed to tell people at home what we're thinking?
well,
Big goober.
hey. This is called JC TV, Josh Capital Television, not Dawson Allen.
It should
But,
be from how many times I'm broadcasting these races, buddy. All right, we're getting double file here. 3 to go. We've got a domestic dispute in the booth right now. But we've got a battle. We've got a dispute on the racetrack. Not domestic. It's all over the place. Brayton Holt is your race leader. Alonso Chicano starting second. Brayton Laster is third. Brett Bennett is fourth. Not really many, buddies lining up together. No teammates really together. The most you can say as a teammates are Alonso Chicano and Brett Bennett. They drive for Circumference Ultimate Motorsports in the Sled Job Racing League. They're lined up on the outside there. Brayton Laster's here for himself and himself only. So we'll see if he can maybe make something work there on the inside of row number 2. Back behind him, Alex Kerfan, Justin Iran. They've got a chance to have a say in this finish. Dane Cruz, 7th place. He is in a position to win it again and steal another Super Speedway win. Cole Snyder there to the outside of the 19. Then Roy Crump. And how about Aston Rice? Really has been out back, biding their time. Now in the mix here at the late stages of this race, that 65 truck's going to have a pretty good chance to find victory lane here tonight. coming up on just 2 laps to go. This is an unofficial green-white checkered. It will be coming on lap number 51. So the next time we have a caution will be a overtime if we have another one. But a safe bet is on most likely we do not make it back to the white flag. So we'll see how things shake out. So Brayton Holt looks to hold off the rest of the field for just 2 more laps. If he could do so, he'll get $100 in his pocket. But he's got 2 laps at Talladega to go. Anything can happen. There's no guarantees at this track. As they head through the tri-oval for the Geico restart zone, Holt, Chicano, the front row, 2 laps to decide. The My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32 at Talladega. Green flag flies and already Crump goes to the bottom. The 70 truck down on the apron slow. And here we go. Chicano has help from Bennett and Duran. Now the 25 surging ahead of the race lead. They are scattered back in the back.
Yeah, everybody trying to find an opening.
Oh, Bennett tried to pull in front of Duran. It didn't work. He's going to stay to the bottom with Chicano. Oh, they're wrecking to the back. Kyle Tubb is around. Enrique Cucalan got a piece of it. And just like that, we're going to overtime. That truck is smoking. He is done. Take a look at your Archibald replay. See what happened. Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't know if he just drifted up or... We'll see here. From this angle, it looks like he just shoots up the racetrack. Yeah, right into Enrique Cucalan. That'll send the 10 truck in. But I want to go back to that restart. Because on the restart here, Roy Crump just pulls down to the side here. The field goes by and he tows. I'm trying to see if maybe he was short on fuel or something. But I don't see anything that would indicate that. He just pulled down to the apron. He got going like normal and then just, poof, gone.
So I don't have an exact answer for you, but I can tell you that Roy Crump dropped due to packet loss. I'm wondering if people were complaining about maybe jumping around, blinking, and so he decided for the best of everybody, drop down onto the apron, and then it was right after that the packet loss happened. But I'm not 100% sure.
So with that, we get ready. Overtime. And yeah, the internet died is what Roy told us. So pick to win. That's the commentator's curse, I guess. Taking him out of it. Sucks to see, that's for sure. So Roy Crump out of this race, out of a chance at $100. So with that, that leaves us back to where we are now. It looks like as it stands, we have 24 drivers on the lead lap, still in contention for that payday. 25th, Roy Crump out of the race. 26th is Kyle Tubb, 2 laps down, and will likely stay that way. Dalton Kelly is back out of the racetrack. He is 4 laps down. Now, Josh, you'll have to tell me, do we have an overtime limit? Do we have a limit of green-white checkers?
Give me just a second. I can get that answer for you. I am not seeing a limit.
So if we do not have a limit, Dalton Kelly could still feasibly have a chance to get back on the lead lap and get back in this fight. 4 laps down is not too big to overcome. Just needs about 4 cautions. Daniel Saponski is on pit road 6 laps down and 28th out of this race. Josh Arnold, Michael Kruger, Tristan Mahart, Bennett Allen, 29th through 32nd and 33rd. Of course, Brian C. Smith out of this race as well after that incident early on with, I believe that was Bennett Allen that took him out. 2 of them were out of the race after that one. So there's Brian C. Smith with the sim stamp and the custom number. Vilify him all you want because I do it all the time. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So as we get ready to go back green for overtime here at Talladega in the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32, here's how they line up. Alonso Chicano pulling off P1. Brett Bennett starting in 2nd here. Justin Duran restarting 3rd. Cole Snyder back up to 4th. Braden Holt in 5th. Then it's Alex Kerfan, Brayton Laster, Dane Cruz to the outside there. Then you see in 9th is going to be Jeffrey Armistead, and in 10th, Aston Rice. If you've still got a 4 tires and a truck that's not driving like crap, I mean, you still got a chance to win this race.
Yeah, you are not out of it. Talladega, you can come from anywhere in the pack. You got a good run. So we'll see. I think the old famous Larry Mack once said multiple times, "Hold the belts tight one more time, boys."
You see, I think that's what he said, but he didn't say it like that. He didn't just say, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. He said, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. That's the Larry Mack way to say it.
I don't have that much enthusiasm.
I can tell. Don't worry. So overtime here at Talladega. 2 laps to decide it. We'll see what they can do. Can they make it back around one final time? Pace car dives off onto pit road. Can Alonso Chicano hang on to it? Can Brett Bennett finally score a win on the big stage? We'll have to see here in overtime at Talladega. The field making its way to the Geico restart zone through the middle of the tri-oval. Side by side they go. Green flag is going to fly. Overtime here at Talladega. Not a good launch for the outside lane. Chicano and Durand clear out front. Cole Snyder going to pull down inside of Brett Bennett for 3rd. What does Snyder do here on the back straightaway? He'll pull out of line with Braden Holt in tow. And they start to scatter now. To the outside goes Kerfan and Bennett. Holt trying to block them, as is Snyder, but that's going to stack them up in the background. Now Bennett to his outside of Holt. Chicano side by side with Cole Snyder as they head through 3 and 4. Leaning on each other as close as they can get without touching. They're going to make their way towards the tri-oval. And it looks like we're going to get the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Talladega. Who's going to walk away with a paycheck? Right now, Cole Snyder leads at the line. Cole Snyder
Inside line.
Go ahead, Josh.
Inside line with the advantage through the corner. Let's see if Justin can continue pushing Alonso. Right now, Brayton all over the back of Cole Snyder.
Aston Rice pulled out. He had Michael Thorpe. Thorpe pulls back in line. The 19 loses the tailgate. As they come through 3 and 4, they're going to wreck. Around they go. Justin Durand leads. He gets turned. Through all the chaos, it's Brayton Laster, Braden Holt, then it's Sky Shrek and Jeffrey Armistead. It's a drag race coming to the start-finish line. Who gets there first? Holt, Doors, Laster. Side by side they go at the line. It's going to be Brayton Laster wins the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32. Oh, my goodness. just under 100th of a second, he gets the win over Brayton Holt. Sky
Nine.
Shrek fights for P3 over Jeffrey Armistead.
9/1000ths of a second.
Have you ever?
No, I never.
There's Andrew Elias driving alongside him there. He'll turn around at 13. Oh my goodness. What a finish that was. Take a look back. As that 13 burns it down. Take a look at your Archibald replay here. It looked like it was going to be Alonso Chicano. Maybe even Cole Snyder. But right here, turned in the wall. Justin Duran in front, turned around. He goes for a wild ride into the wall. Big hit. Dane Cruz and him airborne. Everybody piling into the back. But it came down to a drag race to the start-finish line between Brayton Holt and Brayton Laster. And as they came through the tri-oval, it was the 013 that reigned supreme. You'll see coming to the start-finish line here. Oh, so close. That close.
Well, Brayton's asking if he needs to be in Discord anywhere.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a hold of him. While we wait for Brayton Laster, let's take a look at your finishing results here. My friend Brayton Laster, 132 here at Talladega. It's only fitting. Brayton Laster wins in the 013. He'll take the checkered flag and the $100 payout from this race win. Brayton Holt just so close in second. Sky Shrek brings it home third. Jeffrey Armstead there in fourth. And how about Matt Steiner picking up a fifth place run? Andrew Elias sixth. William Turnbull survives the chaos finish second. Brett Bennett bringing it home eighth. Then Michael Thorpe Jr. and Enrique Cucalon rounding out your top 10. Nathan Lehman, Cameron Shirey, Jonathan Canfield, Alex Kerfan, Cole Snyder, Adam Kuhn in his debut, finishing 16th on the night. See, Nunez, Shane O'Neill, Dayton Cruz, and Alonso Chicano leading through 3 and 4, finishes the night 20th. At Capiak 21st, then it was Justin Duran, Aston Rice, Hunter Peach, and then Dalton Kelly in 25th. Kyle Tubb is going to finish 26th, with Roy Crump finishing 27th. Daniel Saponsky in 28th. Then Josh Arnold and Michael Kruger running at your top 30. Then it was Tristan Maher, Bennett Allen, Brian C. Smith running at your field. Matthew Tolster was adminning. And Me, myself, and I was in the broadcast booth, so I was not out there racing, obviously. That is your finishing results. We're still waiting to see if we can get a hold of our race winner. While we wait for our race winner, what do you say we try to see? I'll try to see if we can get a hold of our third place finisher, Sky Shrek. On it. So it looks like we've got a hold of one of our drivers. We'll get a hold of third place first and foremost. Let's see here. Hey, Sky Shrek, this is Boys in the Booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Alrighty, you were able to walk away with a third place finish here tonight. Coming to the line, it was a battle between yourself and Jeffrey Armistead. What was it like just trying to miss all the chaos of all the carnage that happened entering 3 and 4?
Yeah, that was so my plan was I was just gonna try and run the inside because I was like, if there's a crash, it's gonna go straight up to the top, and I need to be inside. And it worked. It's just a hole. I just drove through it and was like the only car left.
Yeah, you were able to get through. You got that right gap to get through it and get all the way up to third. But coming to the line, you didn't get it easy. You still had to battle with Jeffrey Armistead. What was that like, that battle going through the trial, thinking you might have to try to use up your fender a little bit and try to go for that third place spot?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it off him. I was like, I don't want to do anything like really stupid because there's only 2 of us left. So I was like, I'll just hold it down, just try and run the inside and hope it gets me there faster than him.
Yeah, you had a really good run there, and you were able to just get that side draft at the end. But a third place finish here in your JCTV debut. Who do you want to thank? Sponsor, teammates, shout outs, anybody you want to thank here getting you up here to this third place run?
Thank you, Andrew, for hosting that. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Matt Steiner, for not killing me because you had a couple chances to. Thank you to my friend Dink, who missed the race but also watched. Thank you. That's about it.
Alrighty, that is your third place finisher here tonight. Sky Shrek, congrats again, Sky.
Thank you.
And with that, we will move back over. See what we've got going on here. I believe we have gotten back with Josh Coppernoll, who has caught up with our race winner here tonight.
Indeed, I have. Brayton, what a race. What a finish. First of all, how'd you get it done?
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just so excited, man. Let me tell you. I texted Andrew when I came in, had a family thing come up, can't quite make it, and literally rolled, into the session as we were girding up. Pretty much didn't qualify, didn't practice. I had no idea my steering offset was even right. It wasn't, so I was like, it's gonna be a tough one, and started 34th. By lap 4, we were up to like 9th, so we picked up 25 spots in 4 laps, and I'm like, well, we're going to kind of set the pace here, and we were pretty much inside the top 10 from that point going forward. I think we fell back, 13th, 15th a little bit. It was a crazy race. I expected a lot of wrecking, and there really wasn't. It was an overall fairly clean race. I mean, there wasn't any like big wrecks or the big one. At least if there were, they were behind me. But it was awesome, and Lonzo really set the pace, it felt like. I mean, he was leading, it seemed every time I was up around him. I'd try to pass him, he'd find a way to get back around, and it was hard to make moves. Every time I'd move to the bottom, it just, bottom would fall back and move up top, top would fall out, and someone would hit the wall, and there were a couple wrecks that happened, like the car right in front of me got spun, I'm like, ugh! And the no fast repair thing, I really like that twist because normally I'm a pretty clean driver, but wrecks like this, I've learned in real life, and especially on iRacing, you can't really control the destiny here. Anything can happen at these types of races, and we had that first green white checkered and after green white checkered, and me and Brayton were first and third, and then we botched that terribly. I don't know how we messed up that bad, but I think a grandma on a 1998 Crown Vic could do better than us. And we fell back to fifth and seventh there on that last restart. And we came around and kind of picked up a spot or two, and we took the white flag. I'm like, well, it's not snowing, guys. See you on the flip side. And going into three, I was third on the inside, and they just wrecked, and they wrecked big. And then Justin Durand, he kind of went up. I don't know if he was trying to block Brayton or what, but he just kind of got snipped. It was probably his race to win. And he went up, kind of got into Brayton, came down, and I think just barely got tapped off my nose, and kind of sucks for him for sure. I apologize. I wasn't sure that was my fault. And then me and Brayton had it. And he had it. He kind of got a big run coming off the corner. And going through the trial, I had the inside line. I coasted up as much as I could. Trying to side draft him, and then he kind of nudged me down the track below a Yeller, and then we drag race, and they touch, and have you ever? No, I've never crossed the line. So up 33 spots on this one to take the win. It was pretty awesome.
When did you know you had it? I mean, was
when I looked down after crashing into the wall in turn one, and was like, oh my god, it says first, because I don't know that the gap was 8 thousandths of a second. I knew there was nobody behind us. Like directly, Jeffrey and Sky were kind of in striking distance. If we had another lap, they could have easily gotten up to us. But unless me and Brayton did something really, really stupid, it was gonna be one of us that won the race. It was gonna be Brayton or Brayton. I wasn't sure which, and I thought he had me for a while. Going through the entrance of the tri-oval. I already thought he had me because the speed difference was insane, like 4 or 5 miles an hour, and I just got lucky with a quick side draft and quick thinking. I'm like, I'm just gonna try to push the situation, and I thought I got real excited when we hit the Geico restart zone because I had a big run. I just side drafted him, kind of sucked him down the track a little bit, and he came down, he doored me, and which I mean that's last lap. I mean that's what you gotta do. And then we really evened out, because I kind of went down below the line on the apron. It slowed me up. Had there been probably another 100 feet, it would have been probably Braden's race. But I mean, I didn't know I had it till I looked down and was like, oh my lord, we got it.
all right. Well, lastly, before I let you go, anybody you got to thank, give a shout out to, who gets it done for you?
Shout out to Oscar for not showing up, because if he did, he probably would have won or he would have wrecked me. Shout out to Archibald, my beloved. Shout out to Andrew for putting this on, and you guys are broadcasting. It's always awesome to come in and do races. I think we did the Bristol Dirt race. I think I won that, and I'm pretty sure I won another race that you guys did that Andrew put on. So I think I'm 3 for 3 with JCTV broadcasted races. So I'll take it. So that was awesome. Thank you guys though for broadcasting. Thank you everyone that showed up. Thank you everyone that watched the broadcast. Drive for Humanity. Andrew was talking about in the after the race. Basically, I made a promise to my girlfriend, who's up here in my room, rooting for me. I looked at her with like 15 to go. I was like 8th. I'm like, hey, if I win this, I'm taking you to Cheesecake Factory. So I gotta give her a shout out for support. But now I gotta take the winnings and go by Cheesecake Factory, and whatever is left over, we will go buy pizza and we'll help out some homeless people around Indianapolis through our nonprofit Drive for Humanity. So that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone, all the fans at home. And thank you, Brayton, for not wrecking me, because he could have very easily wrecked me, spun me through the tri-oval there, and all the other drivers. I mean, it was an awesome race. It was a super clean race. I mean, it was that's about as the best you're gonna get on super speedway racing here on iRacing.
All right. Well, congrats on the big win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was insane. And that was Brayton Laster, or like Brayton Firster, here tonight, Dawson.
Yeah, something like that. Able to score the victory. And the last corners, it took carnage and chaos and everything in between there coming up to the end of it, but he was still able to sneak away with that victory. So that'll do it from us here tonight on a special broadcast on JCTV. Of course, tomorrow night, the NAOR Series goes racing at Kansas, and then Saturday night, the In the Pits News Truck Series rolls back to IRP for the first time since Season 2 in its throwback race. So stay tuned for that. Of course, that is 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night. But of course, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern for the NAOR Series as they head to Kansas. And then, of course, next week, Slide Job Racing League rolls into, I believe, Las Vegas as they get ready for their third race of the season, coming off the heels of two back-to-back first-time winners in Jeffrey Armistead and Ben Bafford. Look to see who comes out on top in these upcoming races on JCTV. It should be fun. You don't want to miss any of it. Of course, everything here, JCTV. So congratulations again goes out to Brayton Laster. He sneaks by the chaos. He gets to the victory. And just like that, another Talladega race in the books. And we get another new winner on JCTV. Congratulations again to Brayton Laster, winner of the My Friend Brayton Laster 138.32 here at Talladega. But thank you for tuning in as always. And shout out again to everybody that comes and participates in these races. Without you guys, we don't have a show to put on. I want to say thank you to everybody that ever has tuned in and subscribed to this racing series because we have so much fun doing it. And there's, it's just so much fun. There's no other way to describe it. For Josh Copperdold, this is Dawson Allen signing off saying so long. Have a great rest of your night.